This is the Dominican Republic's immigration portal to fill out the electronic form better known as e-ticket, which has been updated to make it easier to fill out and submit. Make sure this is the URL in your address bar, eticket.migracion.gov.do. This is the only site authorized to issue an e-ticket. This video is a step-by-step tutorial on how to fill out the e-ticket quickly and avoid common mistakes. You can change the language of your application in the upper right-hand corner. We'll set it to English, and you'll click on e-ticket application, the blue button here. You can consult or modify your e-ticket once it's created. For whatever reason, if you need to change some information, you can go here to the orange button. But to create a new one, you click on the blue e-ticket application button. It will ask you what type of request would you like to make, either create a new e-ticket or create from a previous e-ticket that you began to fill out earlier and didn't finish the process. Here is where you continue. We'll fill out a new e-ticket. First step, they will ask you if you are traveling with someone else or if you're traveling alone. If you're traveling alone, this will stay marked as no on red. If you're traveling with someone else, you click here to yes, and it will ask you how many people are with you. On this field, you will indicate the number of people in addition to yourself. So if you're a couple, you'll put 1. That would be the main traveler, yourself, plus 1 person, 2 people in total. You can put up to 7 people on an e-ticket. You can put out here 6 plus you 7. If you are in a party that it's larger than 7 people, you can create multiple e-tickets, no problem. In my case, I will fill it out for 2 people, so I'll put on 1 people traveling with me, and the nature of the group can be friends, workmates, family, couple. Let's say we're a couple. And it asks you if anyone in your party identifies as a person with reduced mobility, yes or no. In my case, it will be no. And the CAPTCHA for the robot check, click on Submit. This is the first page of the e-ticket application for general information. With this code up here, you can access your e-ticket again. If you stop filling it out and come back to it again later, use this code to retrieve it. We'll fill out our general information, and the first pro tip is to only fill out the information that is marked with an asterisk. That means that it's required. Any information, for instance, state or postal code, is not marked with an asterisk, so we'll leave it blank, and that will save us a lot of time in this page and the coming pages. Let's make up an address. Country of residence, you will have a drop-down menu. You can type to narrow your search, for instance, United States of America. And for the city, you click here to select, and then click here and input your city name, for instance, New York. Type it out entirely and hit search. And then it will populate several results, and I will pick West New York, New Jersey. I'll leave state blank, postal code blank because it's not required. It asks you, do you make stops in other countries? If you fly from the US and make a stop in Panama for some reason, and then fly into the DR, you will select yes. But most likely it will be a direct flight, so you will not stop in other countries before arriving in the US, in the DR, so it says as no. Next, we'll choose if we are arriving into the DR or departing the DR. In this case, we'll be arriving to the DR. We select arrival and click next. On the second page, we will fill out the information for the main traveler. It will ask you for your name or names, if you have 2 names, last name or last names, both your last names, date of birth, a gender, masculine, feminine, place of birth, that would be your country. Make sure to fill out all the information as it is in your passport. This question is if your nationality in the passport is different from your place of birth. For instance, if you are traveling, that's important. You may have more than 1 passport. If you are traveling with your US passport, but you were born in Argentina and became a US citizen, or you have dual citizenship, make sure you travel with the US passport But if you were born in Argentina, then you select this option as yes, and it will ask you your country of nationality and other information, but for most people, it will stay as no. Here you'll input your passport number, then again, to confirm it's correct, select your civil status, single, married, etc. Your occupation, the drop-down menu is very basic, so pick whatever applies best. Don't sweat too much about the information on this e-ticket. It's not verified by anyone. It's more for statistical purposes. So make sure everything is true and as close as possible to reality, but it doesn't have to match perfectly, as you will see in some other questions ahead. Here, the email is not marked as a required field, but fill it out and you will thank me at the end, because sometimes it gives an error if you don't have your email input on this step. So make sure to put an email where you would like your e-ticket to be sent at the end of the application. Your phone number is not required, so you don't need to put it. I don't fill it out when I fill out my e-ticket. This question is, are you a foreigner resident in the Dominican Republic? Most likely, if you're a tourist visiting the DR, this question will be no. If you have a residency permit in the DR, it will be yes, and it will ask you for your residency card number. Next question is choosing where you will be staying in the DR. Are you lodging in a private rental or Airbnb? If you select that, it will ask for more information in the address field. Most of you will be staying in a hotel, so are you going to stay at a hotel? Yes. It will only ask you for the hotel name. It is on the drop-down menu. As you can imagine, it's impossible to have every hotel on this drop-down menu. So just pick, if your hotel is not on this list, whatever is closest or in the same area. For instance, if you're coming to Punta Cana, choose a Punta Cana hotel. But if your hotel is on this drop-down menu, simply select it. There are many hotels, it can be every hotel. For instance, Barceló Bávaro Beach, I'll select that one. Embarkation port means the airport from where you are flying into the DR. Some people board a plane in their home state and stop in, for instance, Atlanta. So your embarkation port would be Atlanta. If you are changing planes in Atlanta, you will put embarkation port Atlanta. If you stop in Atlanta but are not getting off the plane and it's the same plane number, etc., you put your original embarkation port. For instance, JFK. Let's say I'm departing from JFK, I'll put JFK. This embarkation port is the airport in the DR where you are arriving. For instance, Aeropuerto Internacional de Punta Cana, it's in Spanish, means Punta Cana International Airport is the second option here. I'll select that one. Airline name will be, for instance, Delta. It's also a drop-down menu that you can type to narrow your search. Delta Airlines. Flight date, year, month, and day, and the flight number. Input the flight number without the airline prefix. For instance, your flight number might be DL5305. Just put 5305 because the DL is already declared here in the airline name. So you don't need to input DL5305, just 5305. The flight confirmation number does not have an asterisk, so I will not input that information. Travel purpose, visit friends, business, etc. Most likely it will be leisure. Select leisure. Days of staying is not a required field, but I like to put how many days I'm staying in the country either way. So for instance, 15 days, 15 days. The last question is required. Do you plan on practicing any of the following sports during your stay? None. Surf, windsurf, scuba diving, or golf. Just those options at this moment. In my case, I'm not practicing any of those, so I select none. And we go on to the next one. I'll input the rest of the information real quick before we can proceed. On this page, we will enter the information for the second traveler. You will have as many pages of this as you selected how many passengers were traveling with you on the first step. And if you selected there are only 2 of you traveling, and by mistake you put 2 people were traveling with you and it created the main passenger plus 2 other passengers, You can remove a passenger on this Remove Passenger button, but in our case, it will be 2 passengers, so we're good to go, and we'll input the information for the second passenger. There are less fields to fill out, just name, last name, date of birth, gender, place of birth. If your nationality is different than the one on your passport, you select yes. If not, leave it as no. Passport number, confirmed passport, civil status, occupation, email. This email you can leave blank. With just the email of the main passenger, we're good to go. Leave phone number blank, and if this passenger is a foreign resident in the DR, yes or no, and the same if you are staying at a hotel, Airbnb, family or friends, etc. Let's select hotel. Do you want to assign the same hotel as the principal? If you're staying together, yes, and it will not ask you for the hotel name. If you select no, if you're staying in different hotels, you need to input the name of the hotel for the second passenger. Flight confirmation number, leaving blank. Travel purpose, leisure. Days of staying, you can leave blank or input the same number of days as before. And the same question about the sports. I'm not practicing anything. And we are ready to click on next. Once you have filled out the information for all the passengers on your e-ticket, you will come to this customs information page where it basically asks you if you're bringing more than $10,000 in currency or equivalent in another types of currencies. Do you bring with you on your luggage live animals, plants, food, etc.? Or if you're bringing goods subject to tax payment. In most every case, it will stay as no, but you'll answer according to your circumstances. And when you're ready, you click on next. Has anyone helped you fill out this form? In our case, no, because we filled it out ourselves, so we select no. Then it asks us to accept the terms. We don't have an option here, so we click on OK. Would you like to complete your exit ticket? This is one of the updates that I'm really thankful for. Before, you would have to go to do all this we just did, also for your exit e-ticket, because you need one to enter the DR and one to exit the DR. Now, if I click on yes, which I will, and I recommend you do as well, I will only have to fill out this information. For both passengers, I select both passengers up here, and I can fill out just this select number of fields, and I'll be filling out the exit e-ticket as well. So real quick, embarkation port. If you're departing from Punta Cana, it will be PUJ. This embarkation port is the airport you'll be arriving at, let's say JFK. Airline name, Flying Delta, flight date, and the flight number. And I'm ready to click on next. And that's it. Now I have my departure e-ticket and my arrival e-ticket. On the top, departure on the bottom. They are two different QR codes, so don't mix them up. For arriving, this is the first one, and you only have one e-ticket per party. The main traveler is listed here, and the companions will be listed here. All the information, names, and passports need to match the travel document. That's what's important. You can have your e-ticket on your phone or you can print them out. Most likely, no one will check it at any point of your travel, but it is required for you to have it. Now you have your arrival and your departure e-ticket. Now, if you entered your email in the first step of the main traveler, you can click on Send by email, and it will send you both e-tickets to your email. That's a great step to have because many times when you click on download PDF, it doesn't work. So you just wasted how many minutes you spent filling out the e-ticket, you just wasted. Because once you are here, it's difficult to input the email on the first step. Don't ask me why, but it's a pain in the ass. Send by email will send it to the main traveler's email if you filled it out. I click on Send by email and I will have it on my email. Just in case, I also click on Download PDF. Sometimes it's working. Today it's working. And I'll save it to my computer as well. I hope you find this tutorial helpful and see you on the beaches of the DR.